Hey guys, today we're going to do 9.5 day 2. What we're going to be doing today, instead of using completing the square to solve for the x, we're actually going to use completing the square to change from the standard form, which it's in right now, to the vertex form that we used at the beginning of the chapter. And we're going to do that to help us find the vertex. So it's going to allow you to switch between the two different forms. It actually ends up being a little bit quicker than completing the square. It's going to do the first couple same steps, but after that we're actually going to be stopping and changing it a little bit, and then you're going to be done. So it actually ends up being a little bit quicker for you. So I have the first two examples up here. You'll notice they are in standard form. You've got your y equals your ax squared plus bx plus c type format. Okay, we're going to start off the same way we did when we were completing the square. You'll notice you have a y here and not a 0. That's actually going to be important. We don't want to lose that y. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're still going to bring the 24 to the other side. So we'll end up with y minus 24, and we're still going to have a plus blank as well. We're going to have to still fill in the blank like we had to with completing the square. So then I'll have x squared minus 6x, and again plus that same blank. We find the blank the same way, so our b over 2 squared. Okay, so negative 6 over 2 would give us negative 3. Negative 3 squared would give us 9 in both of the blanks. So on this side, you can just combine your numbers together, so we'll just end up getting y minus 15. On this side, you're again going to factor it, and again, the factors will be exactly the same, so we are going to write them as squared. So in this case, it would end up being x minus 3 squared. Again, same idea as what we did the other day. Now this is where things change a little bit. Okay, now we're almost in vertex form. The only thing we have to do is move the 15 back over to this side. Okay, if I do that, I end up getting it into vertex form by adding the 15. We do always put it at the end because, again, we're dealing with the h and the k like we did earlier in the chapter. So from here I can find my vertex, because remember, this is going to be my left-right movement. This is going to be my up-down movement. The left-right movement gives us the x of the vertex. The up-down movement gives us the y of the vertex. Okay, remember, anytime it's in the parentheses, we always think of the opposite. So if it's a negative 3, it's actually moving right 3. And then this would mean it's moving up 15. So if you were to graph this in the calculator, okay, this would be the vertex, and then that would be changing it to vertex form. Okay, and that's all we're going to be doing today. Okay, so let's look at a couple more of them here. So same idea on this one. Get the 16 to the other side, and then leave your blank. So we'll do negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. Negative 4 squared is 16. So on this side, we end up with y plus 32. On this side, again, you would factor into the same thing twice, and it would end up being x minus 4 squared. Okay, so then we need to remember to bring the 32 back to the other side. And now we can get our vertex. A minus 4 would mean it goes right 4. Negative 32 means it goes down 32. So the same stuff we did at the beginning of the chapter with the vertex form is coming back here as well. So we'll just do 2 more just to make sure you got the hang of it, and then I'll let you be a pretty short assignment today, because then you can start working on it. Okay, so again, first thing you want to do is bring the 10 to the other side and leave your blank. Half of 4 is 2. 2 squared would give us 4 again for our blanks. So negative 10 and 4 would give me a minus 6. Again, it's going to be the same thing twice. For this one, it would end up being x plus 2. Bring your 6 back over to the other side. And then you can get the vertex. A positive 2 means it moved left 2, and then it moved up 6. So that would be the vertex if you were to graph this. Okay, one last one. What you might want to do is just pause this for a second. Try and do this one on your own and then come back and double check if you did it right. That way you can kind of just make sure you're understanding it. Okay, so you bring the 34 over to the other side. Half of 12 is 6. 6 squared is 36. So you end up with a y plus 2. Factor this side, it ends up being x plus 6 squared. Bring the 2 back to the other side, and you can pull out the vertex. Positive 6 would mean left 6, negative 2 would mean down 2 for your vertex. Okay, so that's about it for today. Again, kind of broke it into 2 days, so it ended up not being too much. Part of your assignment today also has you actually doing solving like you did last week. So you kind of get a little bit of both. So make sure you read your directions carefully. But another indication is if it has the y, you're finding a vertex. Okay, if it has a 0, then you're solving. Okay, so again, that can kind of give you a little indication as well. All right, have a great day.